Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Ayna Marlisa, a Form 4 student of SMK Hulu Kelang. So, today, I would like to be making on a certain book review that I had read recently, and this book's title is known as The Elephant Man. The Elephant Man was a book written by Tim Vickery, and it also contains about 50 pages in total. And even though I will admit that this book is a pretty short read whatsoever, in the end it was still able to make me feel sad and touched when I read it. So, to begin with the story begins with a man named Joseph Merrick who lives in England in the 19th century, and he meets up with a certain doctor named Frederick Tress. So as you can all hear from me, Joseph Merrick is not exactly a normal person. He was born with a disease that causes his body to be deformed, which resulted in him looking like an elephant and also gaining the title the Elephant Man. Due to this, people tend to feel either disgusted or really afraid of him just by his appearance, which also ended up making Merrick feel lonely for his life since nobody wanted to be with him. But even with all of this, people were willing to pay whenever they wanted to look at him. It was as if they were treating him like some sort of zoo animal. With Dr. Trav seeing the way that this man had been treated, he couldn't help but feel pity towards Merrick. And so therefore, he offered Merrick to come to his hospital so he can try and find a cure to help him with his deformed disease. But with no matter how many ways Dr. Trav had tried, in the end, he just could not help him cure his own disease. But with Merrick, on the other hand, he simply couldn't help but just feel grateful that this man, for once in his life, has shown kindness to him besides his own mother. And with that, when Merrick decided to leave the hospital, Dr. Travis insisted that he stayed in the hospital for a while whenever he pleases. But Merrick simply declined the offer and said he chooses to go his own way. For once, he is able to do the things that he wants to do with his life. But with 2 years passing by after their meeting, Merrick decided to then again visit the doctor who had once tried to help him and even show him kindness. Along the way, Merrick even ended up making a lot of new friends and even being able to read a lot of books since he enjoys reading them so much. In short, he had a really great life and great development along those years. Sadly, however, not all good things can go on forever. Merrick ended up dying in his sleep. Since he wanted to try sleep like normal people, he tried to sleep on his back. But since his head was so heavy, he ended up falling off the bed with him, which resulted in his neck snapping straight away, which made him die a quick, instant death. It was a bit sad with the way how he died, but at the very least he enjoyed the littlest things that he could in his time. So, what had I learned in this book is that we should never treat people differently based on their appearances, and that we certainly should also try and put ourselves in their shoes in order for us to know if we certainly want to get treated by how Mary got treated that badly. In short, always treat others the way how you want to be treated. And with that, we should definitely be inspired by someone with an indomitable spirit just like Merrick. He never quit, no matter how. So to conclude, this book is very bittersweet and wholesome at times too, but yet is able to make you feel sympathetic for Joseph Merrick here. Personally for me, I would really recommend everyone to read this book since it is really realistic. So with that, thank you very much for listening to my good book review, and I hope you will all be able to give this book a try since personally for me, I enjoyed reading it. So with all of that, that is the end of my book review today. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.